What's going on, everybody? We're here at the open house.
Cherry Hill Police Department in New Jersey. It does have an open house for employment.
They're hiring.
They are hiring.
We're applying.
We are applying. Where is it, in here?
Yeah, that's where they've got the rest of them.
Oh, good.
And we don't have to go through mode.
Oh, even better.
Oh,
Oh, thanks, buddy.
thank you, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate
You
it.
guys didn't hear me?
What's up, fellas?
Here for the open house?
Yes. Yeah.
You're gonna head upstairs?
Is that where it is?
Just right here,
Upstairs?
top of the steps.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Are you guys here for the open house?
Yes.
We are.
Just over there.
Oh, super duper duper dude.
How you guys doing?
Oh, super. What's going on, guys? Super. Super duper. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
See if I'll get him a blue one. And
Yeah, take the stress ball.
absolutely. Yeah, it's for myself.
You too.
I put it in the bag. He gave us a bag.
Yeah.
You think he's worked? You think he's actually worked though?
I don't know.
Do you have one with the blue line flag on it by chance?
No, this is all we got.
Aw.
If you want a bag, though, feel free to take whatever you want.
Oh, that's awfully nice.
All right, so yeah, I'll talk to her. Let me just see if my where's that?
That's like a notepad with
Oh, yeah, I see that.
sticky stuff.
That's right over there underneath the
So how much tax money did you guys spend on all this junk?
A lot of it's grant money.
Okay, so it's still tax money though, which is interesting. Yeah. Good. So where do we go to sign up?
If you want to fill out the sign-in sheet, you can fill it out right there.
Oh, I'm looking for an application. You have to do that online?
If you fill out this QR code right here, it'll take you
police
to...
officer, sir.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? I'd love to extort and cage and maim and hurt. And
If you fill that out,
I have a low IQ, so I'm hoping I can get in, man.
it'll take you to the applicant inquiry form. And then when we're ready to hire, it sends an email out to everyone that's filled that out.
Yeah. Can I get a canine dog?
We do have representatives from our canine department over there.
I want to get a dog.
There are certain requirements that before you can become a canine officer, there is certain requirements
Oh, really?
within the police department. Yes, sir.
What are they like? Different than being an officer, I guess, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the exact requirements. That would be what. That's why we have the representatives from all the departments.
Right. I want to
There's
be
a certain amount of patrol experience you need, and then it's an actual application process to become a canine officer.
So there's no age discrimination to be an officer, right?
So unfortunately, the state of New Jersey says that only nobody above 35.
Well, I am good then. I'm 34. I'm good to go. I am good to go. All right, thanks. Hey guys.
How are you?
I am doing super. Good. Critical incident. Well, so what do you guys get into?
This is like the hostage negotiation team.
I love hostage negotiators. I talk people off ledges on a daily basis.
Oh, it's good.
Isn't it? It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So you belong to the group, I guess?
I do, yep.
So what kind of training did you have to do to
We
get
looked at
into it?
FBI Negotiator 1 course.
Where was that, down in Langley?
No, because there's so many local substations, I guess you call them, of FBI offices that will train us around here.
How long was the training?
I think it was 2 weeks.
That's it. To talk people off the ledges.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
A lot of it's like personal experience, you know what I mean? Of just learning how to talk.
Correct.
Some people have the gift of gab, like you seem like you have the gift of gab, and you know.
I'd make a good one. I would tell that guy, come on with me, let's go have a beer. And
There you go.
And his things aren't that bad. And,
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
great.
life is short. You don't want to make it
Life is
shorter.
short.
And so what's this thing? Is that a phone you throw at him and shit, I guess?
Well, this hooks up to your phone that you would use to call whoever you want to talk to. And then here's where you put another headset in that we have in here, because no one ever negotiates by themselves. There's always someone else negotiating with them, because you're focused on talking to that person. The other person, your other negotiator, is also listening, so they can find out, listen for details that I might miss, because I'm just trying to have a conversation with them.
So have you ever talked someone off a ledge?
Yes.
Really? Good.
Yep.
Successfully?
Yeah. Thankfully.
Now, see, the problem with that is that that person probably needs some mental help. They probably have some mental illness, most likely. So, do you throw them into a cage, or do you bring them to a place that can help them?
Well, we bring them to like the hospital, because that's where the medical facility is, that will evaluate them and then give them the medical help that they need.
Mental health, not medical.
Well, it's first they get cleared through the triage, through the emergency room.
If they had wounds or something, right?
Apparently they have to go through there first to
Really?
make sure
No
there's
matter
no.
what?
Yeah, because I think they test like their blood to make sure they're not like intoxicated like with alcohol or drugs, to make sure they're of their normal sound mind,
Right mind.
not just altered through other medications or narcotics or alcohol. You know?
So, do you know if that person's still okay that you helped?
We don't do any follow-up with them. As far as what happens afterwards, they, because of HIPAA, we're not privy to like their medical information.
Well, that's interesting, because I know, they've closed so many state hospitals over the decades, and there's so many people out there that truly need mental help. And they have two choices: they can become homeless and live on the street, or they can be arrested and be thrown into a cage. And those choices are both kind of bad.
Are those the only two options?
Well, you tell me. What else? What a third option is there for someone who really can't function in society by themselves, may not be able to hold a job because of their mental illness? Where do they go?
That's a good question.
Years ago, decades ago, there were places that we as taxpayers paid for to help these people.
And there are programs through like Give Hope, which is through
That's a private group, though, right?
Through Volunteers of America. They will come out and they'll send one of their, representatives or counselors out, and they will try to facilitate and help that person with resources to improve their life.
Now, you would hope that there's some positive programs out there,
of course,
paid for by the taxpayers.
Right?
Well, okay, but all I see is we're dropping trillions of dollars of bombs on innocent people overseas. I see schools are still horrible. I see our roads are horrible. Our electrical grid's horrible. So where is all this tax money going? I see homeless women, starving children.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you where all the money's going. Obviously, I'm not
that's why I said I hope.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of budgets.
There's at least a couple places that are well spent and do help the people who need it. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's about helping your fellow man, not the opposite. But good. So where do I sign up?
Sign up for the negotiating team?
Why not?
Well, did you fill out the sign-in form there?
I did. I got my QC code. I can scan that if I had a phone.
I'll show you when our next test is to apply to be a police officer.
You got to be a police officer. You can't just be one of these guys.
Yeah.
Really? Isn't that interesting that you have to be a police officer to help somebody? Meaning there should be maybe a special group or committee that belongs to the township that are just negotiators or just people that do that, you know what I mean, instead of having to be an officer and do that.
Yeah, that's something that you could talk to, our chief or the mayor.
Because most police officers couldn't spell a word dilemma, let alone know how to handle a situation properly, from what I've seen.
Okay.
Well, that's,
It's smart water with some 4C, half iced tea, half lemonade. You want to smell my drink? Sure.
All right, well, good.
Sure,
Man.
smell it.
I hope you have a lot of success in helping those who need it.
Yeah.
Are you by yourself? Do you have a partner or something?
For
this group?
Yeah, there's 6 members right now.
You need that many in Cherry Hill?
Yeah, because we don't work every day. I don't work every day. I have days off.
Good point.
We always try to have somebody covering, when people are awake.
Are you guys busy? You get a lot of calls during your shift?
Yeah, I think our town does roughly between 90,000 and 100,000 calls for service a year.
So you go to well checks then, I guess?
Yep, we do wellness checks.
I hear stories, some sad stories about well checks. They usually don't turn out well.
It depends. It depends on when we get there, right? You know.
Well, sometimes
I've had good endings, and I've had bad endings, unfortunately.
sometimes it gets escalated to a point it doesn't need to be.
Right,
This person
and
needs help.
Thankfully, haven't had a situation like that in town where it escalates to a point.
Well, I hope you're smart enough to maybe interfere if you see something going sideways that doesn't need to be.
Of course, I mean, I've been a negotiator for over 10 years now.
You ever had to tell an officer to back off or, let me deal with this and you're not dealing with it right, you're too aggressive?
Listen, I'm trained to talk to people, so if my backup or someone else is there before me is not as trained in talking to people, shouldn't I take the lead? That's why I'm trained, right?
You would figure they would train all officers how to de-escalate, how to talk to people.
Well, we are all trained on how to de-escalate, but I have the specialized training as far as, the Hostage Negotiator 1 class through the FBI.
To me, it's just common sense. How to deal with a person in crisis, and how to
Don't
do
they
the
say
right
that
thing.
common sense isn't all that common?
Not anymore, I guess. I mean, when I was young, that's all you had, and that's all you better know how to do to move on in life, and be a little bit smart about things. And I think it's a whole different world now. But good. Well, I wish you the best.
Awesome.
What's your name?
Steve Cornford.
Steve?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, man. Well, good luck, and I hope you really try to help those who need it.
Always try to help people.
Well, good. All right, man.
All right, awesome.
Have a good day.
Right here, so on something like that, because it's a dark color bottle.
You got
I
fingerprints
used
on it?
I used red dust, so you can see fingerprint right here. Yep.
Yeah. And CSI, that's what I want to do. I want to fingerprint everything.
And then on here, I use silver powder, so you can see fingerprint right here.
Okay. So do you guys still have programs to fingerprint kids?
That's something I think maybe our community policing would know more about it. I wouldn't do that, so I know they used to do something like that, but I don't know currently. So
Yeah, I like that ruse that it's in case you get lost or stolen. The truth is we want your fingerprints in our database. So in case anything goes down, we can find it. You know what I mean? And so to me, I never had my kids fingerprinted.
Right.
And well, back when I was young, there was no such nonsense ever needed. But yeah, that's quite interesting. So how long do you got to do training for this stuff?
Well, a lot of it is on the job training, but ultimately, before you go to our crime scene unit, it's 8-week state police class.
To learn how to mix the chemicals and
Well,
do
yeah, some
proper
of it is,
fingerprinting.
some of it is, you learn because you do some crime scene processing as a street cop also, but maybe not as in depth.
I figured it would take years and years of training
yeah,
to
exactly. A lot of it is
understand.
just experience and just doing it and learning yourself, really. Just a lot of it is you kind of teach yourself, like, how do I do this? And obviously with the internet, a lot of it is out there. So
Yeah, I'm too old for the internet. So how long have you been an officer?
let's see.
That long, huh?
It's been almost 18 years now.
Wow. All with Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill is almost 18. I was a SETA cop before.
How were you in Philly? They're looking for cops in Philly.
Yeah.
Or SEPTA cops.
Yeah, SEPTA. That was years ago.
So what was tougher, SEPTA or a regular officer?
Well, SEPTA's different. You're a transit cop, so
It is.
you do a lot of riding trains and
Oh, really?
patrolling stations.
Pushing bums off the platforms.
Well, in the morning you clear out people from platforms but here Cherry Hill is different. Obviously, it's municipal. When transit cop, you're kind of.
It is a different type of work.
Exactly.
No doubt. No doubt. So you go to crime scenes where there's dead bodies and all that stuff, like from being shot or something.
Well, shot.
Not too often.
County crime scene usually is the lead agency on something like that.
You wouldn't get called if it was in your town.
Well, county crime scene will come out for that because county will cover the entire county. So like county prosecutor's office.
Right.
So their crime scene unit would come out, something like that. we would be assisting them. But for something, like a run-of-the-mill stuff, yeah, we do our own crimes.
Right, but something bigger or more.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So you take pictures of everything, I guess, too.
Well, we do that. Yeah. I mean, most everything if we go out and process the scenes, yeah, we'll use camera tape.
Right. And then you get pulled into court if you need to for witnessing or
Yep,
testifying and all that stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
And what makes an officer a person that can be trusted to testify in court? Is it just because he's an officer and we believe everything that he would say? Or do they over time have to build up a reputation of being a forthright, honest person that tells the truth?
Well, that's kind of what you said.
It's just kind of weird to me how a court can entrust an officer's word more than a schmo off the street. When
Well, everybody gets put under oath, and that's very justified.
So you take that oath seriously?
I'm sorry?
You take that oath seriously? Oh, go ahead, buddy. That's all good. No, nice seeing you, man. So these are the weapons they use, I guess. I've never talked to these weapon mongers.
This is a tactical response team.
Right.
I actually worked for.
They'll do anything for everybody.
I guarantee you they'll do that. Yeah. Man.
And I saw both of them full-time contract when I was in college, and he's like, "What's your degree?" And I said, "Criminal justice." And he's like, "That's worthless." And I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "You should change it." I'm like, "I'm already like almost graduated. We're not doing it."
And it's your peers, so it adds to the honesty a little bit. It's not just random people. They know you, they've worked with you, they know your pros and your cons, so it's tough. So, the physical part of it, you don't embarrass yourself.
I'll have to come back to this table because I want to rip on them.
I try to, if I can. But yeah, like yesterday, that's kind of where like you know about.
Well, that's why my dad got me so that my choice could be his choice too. I had to get rid of the bike and that's my and you're right, it's better than no ride. Exactly.
This can't be that old of a unit because of its own technology and stuff.
Very similar. We just do it Technology's crazy. It is. I'd like to bump up.
Traffic safety. Yeah, I'm going to ask if they wear seatbelts on a regular basis. Traffic safety.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, guys? What's going on, man? So we're just saying, you do have enforcement traffic. Any kind of traffic complaints on vehicles, there's so much in our own area, we just let them do. I'm sorry? So you just cover 70, 38? Yeah, if we get complaints in the neighborhood, speeding, like, so we usually get the whole entire triangle. If someone from the neighborhood calls it some street, we have speeding, we're up there, just go out there, somehow, we can stop anybody you want.
Catch people speeding?
It's right through town. I'm behind it first. I can't do it.
What's up, fellas? Good. So when do they call you guys out? When it gets real bad?
Nice to meet you.
Your name is Dan?
Yes.
Must be an alright guy with a name like that.
Same name?
Yes, sir. So when do we need you guys out there
We're like as
banging down doors?
We're a part-time team. We're not full-time. So our main function is patrol, and then if we're needed, for any other incident, then we get called.
What kind of situation would you be called in to be needed?
Serving warrants, if you had a barricaded subject, or if there's just a job where you may need more security than normal, then we're going to get called
Maybe
out.
that person's barricaded because they're afraid or they're not right in the head or something.
That's
And
fine.
you guys
We
just
hold
go
out for-
kick the door down and
No,
rip them
we
out
don't
of
just
there?
go kick the door. We actually don't kick many doors down.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
We have the drones and stuff, which is nice, so we can at least establish a visual from the outside to see if they're okay. Which that?
Operates here in New Jersey?
They're very limited now. I would say judges now. I'm not a judge, but they are on the side of caution of not approving them anymore, just because
For
obviously
your own safety,
of
that
recent
might be
events.
smart.
Yeah, I would say more or less times now we are usually not having somebody wait, and we have a crisis negotiation team. They'll talk to them on the phone, and I mean, in recent history, I can't think of a time where we've had a knockdown.
That's dangerous for cops to actually have them because
Especially
nobody
late at
knows who's trying to
night.
beat down their door, you know, or you're liable to get shot, you know?
That's why judges, I think, seem to err on the side of caution right now, that they don't know who's on the other side of the door.
So you chase after people with warrants, I guess, huh?
We serve warrants, yeah.
Oh, you serve? I thought the sheriff serves warrants.
They serve warrants as well.
So you guys are
It
able to
just
serve
depends.
warrants.
I mean, if it's our detectives that may have the warrant, or if another town needs our assistance, then yeah, I mean we serve warrants.
And what are the warrants usually put out for? For not paying tickets or something? Or?
It can be so many different things. I mean,
Not traffic.
yeah, we don't serve traffic.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's.
I can't think of a time where we use the tactical response.
So you basically do kind of like if you're given a piece of paper to say go arrest this person, you have to go arrest them. You don't.
If
You
a
don't
judge orders
ask.
a warrant, then yes, we have to abide by a judge's
So is there
correct.
a third person that looks over that warrant to make sure it's valuable and you know right and
The tactical teams only use, we have a whole analysis that we conduct based off
Prior to
information
going
we have.
out.
Criminal history, what type of warrant it is. We conduct an analysis, and we have basically a numbering system. Whether it substantiates a certain number, the tactical teams use it. If it doesn't substantiate that number, doesn't hit a certain threshold, then we don't use it. You're not using the tactical team. So violent offenders, right? We're going out for violent offenders warrants. We're not just serving your typical warrant, right? For your normal guy who forgot to
For not
pay a
paying
ticket.
traffic tickets or something.
Even the guy who didn't show up for his shoplifting charge. We're not going out for that. We're going to go out for violent offenders or high-risk search warrants, right? Where somebody's a threat to the public, right? So there's a misconception out there the SWAT teams just serve warrants, right? Like, and I understand like not having the knowledge of certain types of warrants. You know, that's what most people think. Well, SWAT team's not used for that. We have certain protocols in place to prevent us from having to go out and do those types of things, right?
So do you feel that every warrant you serve is a proper warrant and you're doing the right thing by getting a dangerous person off the street?
Every situation is independent, right? So we
But
have to
not
look
really.
at every situation, right? There's been times we said, well, we're not going to use a SWAT team for this. It doesn't justify us being there, right? Sometimes, like you indicated, there could be an over-exaggeration of us by being there and knocking down somebody's door isn't justified or isn't needed, right? There's other solutions, other ways to de-escalate the situation, right? Our officers, our tactical officers are trained to de-escalate. We have many tools that are utilized to de-escalate situations, right? Again, that everyone has this misconception that SWAT teams just kicking down doors.
So that was my next question. Are you guys SWAT then at that point?
So we're considered a
Technically,
tactical
we are a
response
SWAT
team.
team.
Any critical incident, right, that the scope of normal patrol responsibilities can't handle, that's where we're going to go. An active shooter, right, a hostage situation.
So have you ever
Things
been
like that.
shot at while you were trying to do your job, like at this type of
I
level?
can't say me personally, no.
Good. No, that's a
Not me
plus.
personally.
So
A
I
lot
just
of times,
don't.
and
Go ahead.
To continue on with one of your questions earlier, I mean, we work hand in hand with our negotiators. So most of the time, our negotiators are the one that are doing all the talking, and we're just on standby in the event that it turns
Waiting
into a
for a
violence.
When we get
muscle or
called, they get called at the same
something.
time.
Right. We go hand in hand.
It's a joint effort. It's
Like
pretty
you
good.
said, you know, what if they're scared to come out? Our negotiators are the ones that are constantly talking to people, you know. And then if it turns violent, then that's why we're on standby. That's all.
And then, so that person's probably not in its right mind at the time for
Right, which
whatever
is why we're
reason.
trying to get them help as soon as possible.
Now, do you take them into a cage, or do you bring them to a hospital and try to get them some mental health?
It depends on, again, what their mindset is. Obviously, if we deem, you know, that they could be a danger
And
to
if they
themselves
just
or
shot
others,
somebody
then, yeah,
or
I mean,
right,
they're gonna,
If it's a mental health incident,
right, they're going to the hospital.
we're going to get them the appropriate help, right? If we can't get them to the hospital, we have the ability to contact outreach, which is a mental health program where they'll come out to the scene, right, and talk to people. So again, there's a lot of options that we have, and the traditional SWAT team that you see on TV isn't necessarily
Right.
what we do anymore.
I just
right?
don't see that many situations where not violence, but force may be needed. In my mind, I don't know. So to have you guys as a team or a squad I guess isn't the worst thing. If we had more murderers